I'm Alex. You probably met me already at some of the sessions, like the speed networking. You learn about the fact that I live with the stray dogs, so we should be a little bit familiar already. And also, apart from that, I'm a creative strategy setup agent. I'm very happy to see you here. So, I actually spent like thousands of hours analyzing mobile ads due to my job, and obviously I needed like hundreds of hours of therapy after it. Like the therapy sessions here helped a bit, but not a lot. So I'm having another one here when I just bawl my eyes out about my job. So yeah, the disturbing stuff, it's everywhere. It gets clicks, and I really want to understand why it exists, and I think I found the answer. So let's watch like this small video and we play a little game about it. A quick question. How many hooks were in these ads? Like, like how many? How many hooks have you counted? Like 3, 4, 5, higher? Okay, 4 hooks. So there's like sex plus drama, sex plus fear, sex plus deviations, sex plus fetish towards giant women, which is uncommonly common to my surprise. But like, if you think about it, it's actually not that far from how Zeus' love life is described in Greek mythology. Like he transformed into an animal, came to a woman, or we have a lot of demigods now. So maybe it's some kind of modern mythology. Maybe we'll find out. So, but most importantly is why do they like really work? And the answer is that we are all, in fact, masochistic. But like, don't worry, I'm not like exposing your weekends or how you pass your free time. It's actually about the fact that humans enjoy a little bit of safe pain or danger, and psychologists call it benign masochism. So imagine like sad songs, very spicy, painful food, or watching some slasher movie. So we see it, we experience a lot of emotions, and then our brain tells it, "Oh wow, I have actually survived it. That's cool. Let's do it again." And that's exactly how these ads work. We think that it is kind of learning experience, and especially women can relate. Like we listen to true crime podcasts and we tell to ourselves, okay, now I know how they act and I won't be killed. Cool, I need to listen to another one. And also, they are like reinforcing our memory. When you see something disgusting, you need to remember where you saw it to never come there again. Like, if someone ate a poisonous mushroom and died, you need to remember the place and how the poisonous mushroom looked like to never eat it and survive as a species. So, yes, it's about the fact that ads actually work like every single popular culture medium. So TV, reality shows, anything. If you want to trigger the biggest audience, you do need to speak about something very universal. What is super universal? Biology is super universal. They are all biological beings. So it is about water, food survival, and yeah, of course, it's about procreation. Also, it's like kind of spicy, so everyone enjoys watching that. So yeah, that's why the ads nowadays really look like Zeus' personal diary, to be honest. So yeah, well, we understand that these ads work, right? We love that something works. What's the issue? Why don't we just all use those ads and be happy about it? The issue is that, first of all, mobile game ads have like a fantastically bad reputation. So to share some life examples, this is how my conversation with people always goes who are outside of the industry. What do you do for a living? Oh, I do ads for mobile gaming. Oh, so you do Siberian death checks, like dying animals, a lot of pain, blood, gore, sex. And I'm like, no, 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 I don't do those ads. And I'm actually kind of tired of this talk. So another big issue is if we take this and combine it with this. Like, we already kind of have a problem with iPad kids. Like, Generation Alpha is, can I swear on stage? I'm not sure, but you understood. And the issue is that if you take unlimited screen time and top with these ads, we are very I'm concerned we are about to raise the most messed up generation ever. And about age restriction, who clicked this button when they were not 18? I did, guilty, so everybody can do that. That's not a protection. So, and to be honest, all of these ads, they are kind of funny. Like, I enjoyed watching them sometimes when it is not like 30 ads in a row. But do they really fit in the same platforms where kids go? Not so much. And still, there are people who intentionally do that and try to do algorithm-friendly videos that attract kids and that are absolutely horrendous but get a lot of clicks and views. And it was called Elzagate, and it's repeating and repeating and repeating. I'm not sure I want to be a person who will destroy the future generation because they are the ones to feed us when we are old and unable to do anything. So. What are the most common suspects of which we can meet everywhere? And I warn you, I collected the most disgusting examples I could find specifically for you. So let's enjoy. Uh, First of the most common tropes is pain. We will focus on hooks. I will show you only the 3 seconds, so it's enough, and you are still functional by the end of the day. So how it looks like. Example number 2. I'm continuing. So those are like very, very specific types of sharp pain that everyone can relate to. Like everyone's had a problem with wood coming into the finger. Everyone has stick themselves with a needle. Well, maybe only I won't raise gender topics now, but you understood. It's something that everyone universally understands. I've been speaking without a mic. Oh my God. Okay, another common trope. It's about pain and animal violence. Woohoo! Very sensitive topic. Yeah. So it is about the very overwhelming cruelty towards someone that's helpless and suffering, and you kind of want to help them. So, like, that's the point. Another is sex and what the heck situation. Yeah, so sometimes in this case it's like sex disguised. So it's sometimes cross species, sometimes it's like weird fetishes, but anything to pass moderation. So it's not like obviously naked humans doing something to each other. So the algorithms are say, yeah, this seems fine, should show dance to everyone. Another one is like sex specifically about fetishes, like not straightforward sex, but with focus on some like unusual stuff. Because it's not straight away intercourse again between naked humans, but you still kind of understand what's going on and where everything is heading. Yeah. And also toilet humor, of course, disgust is one of the biggest motivator in these hooks. Like, can you imagine the approval process of this one? Like, a lot of people sitting in the room and like, yeah, we should like put it into production. Let's resize this. Like, cool. Okay, to all platforms. Yeah, so pregnancy is illness, right? So it's not a normal human state, it's something bad, it's an illness. It's very like medieval thingy. But okay, pain, disgust, sex, different wrapping, but all more or less the same. But the questions are internal. First of who is to blame and what is to be done. The answer to who is to blame is, okay, us, the industry, because, ooh, this performs so cool, more money. But we need to be honest with ourselves. We are the ones who brought it to this state. Maybe not like you specifically, but the industry as whole. But it's more important is what can we do instead? So what was shown here, I nicknamed it kind of dark dopamine. So it's something that gives you a lot of stimulation, but in a bad way. And the idea, and it leaves like a very bad sniffing aftertaste. So what we can do instead is to switch to good dopamine alternatives, which do not hurt you and still is something that brings you pleasure. Like new cool experiences, adventure, music. You know what brings you pleasure. Why don't we think about what brings us pleasure and makes our days not so miserable and put it into the ads? Try to wrap these emotions into something that looks like an ad creative. And here are some ways how it can be executed in the hook. First of all, is like hyper satisfaction. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Very easy way to understand what to take is you go to TikTok and see the bottom video which they put so you don't lose attention to the main video. So this is what you will take to the ads. So power washing, soap cutting, the ideas are a lot of them. And also you just go to the red thread all the satisfying 20 million members. Can you imagine? So people already loved it. You know that they loved it and that way you can use it and show it in ads. Another option is adrenaline motion.
In this world, I've died 1,000 deaths. But each one made me
The
stronger,
idea is
better.
that motion, the science says that we prioritize motion everywhere we see, especially with the peripheral view, because we think that there is an enemy approaching or something so that wants to hunt us down at it, and we react to it automatically. Like when I see something moving with my side eye and it's an insect, my reaction is the same as this cat. I'm just flying away from this point. So if I see something sharply moving in my phone, which will then lead to some interesting narrative, I am already hooked for the first 3 seconds. So the task is done. The other is cuties. Of course, cuties.
It's finally here! Pre-registration for Tree of Savior Neo is live.
Because we love animals, we watch cat videos as like a way to unwind. So why don't we show something that people already enjoy in ads, like cats? They're searching for them. Let's show them cats. I always have a cat creative and like all the creatives I offer. So, another thing is mystery. What's there? You want to know what's there? Like me too. But because we have an itch to unsolved mysteries, maybe you have read online or saw on TikTok, like amateur sleuths are unraveling the cold cases that police haven't solved for years, and people are doing this like as a hobby. They go to libraries, they search for clues, they analyze photos and all that stuff. They love detective stories. It's one of the most popular genre that people read, not for like education but for pleasure. So this is something to be embraced. Also, an option is active participation ads.
Amazing. Excellent.
So usually those ads they are shown when you want some reward in your main game. And what are you prepared when you click watch something for reward? At that day you will be tortured for 1 minute straight. You will be very bored. You will need to put away your phone for this full minute, not touch it, because the thing that's shown there is not interesting. But when it's about active participation, like you look at the stuff that's shown there, you try to find those hidden objects, or you try to understand what's wrong with this picture, so your attention is already guided towards the places it should be guided, so you are busy with something while watching ads you initially didn't want to watch. And this brings you good emotions, and good emotions usually bring installs because you feel some kind of grateful for the company that doesn't torture you with the ads. Another thing is the UGC.
I'd like your blessings to propose to your daughter.
Yeah? What's your class in Diablo Immortal?
Level 60 Crusader.
Strong and handy. How do you handle boss encounters?
I lead the charge, draw aggro, and
I'm down on my knees again. Thank you for the happiest year of my life.
Why this works? Very easy. Our brain is inactive for some percentage of time of the day. Actually, for the most part of the day, we are kind of functioning on auto. And when we scroll TikTok, we see faces. And when we see another face, it repeats the same pattern that was before. That's why TikTok tells us don't film ads, film TikToks when you are doing for TikTok platform. Because this works at pattern recognition. They recognize your ad as another TikTok. They continue watching it. And then they're like, oh, this is actually an ad. Haven't known that. But if you constructed that correctly, by that time they realize they are already hooked and interesting what will come next. Also, progression is a very strong motivator to watch. Why? Because it's like one of the most classic common tropes of in all the history of entertainment, from Zero to Hero, from Epic Rise, Rage Arc, Mastery Pass, I've Been Nobody, and here are like few examples of heroes who started with nothing and ended like the main heroes of this universe. So people just love becoming a hero and seeing that they can become the hero by putting their own impact, by adding some simple actions that can help them experience this feeling of becoming strong without actually putting in any effort into it or suffering like all the heroes of the screen did, but get the same kind of feeling of I'm the coolest one of the 99 levels. So yeah, and what I want to tell here, actually these like primal situations, things are not exclusive to the modern mobile ads. Like if you go to the more traditional media, like oh my god, books, the older the book is, the closer it is actually to those our primal initial instincts. So if you take fairy tale, folklore, or myths, they're absolutely full of fear, survival, sex, danger. The witch will eat you and it will put you in the oven and you will die, and this wolf will kidnap you and God knows what he will do with you before he eats you. So the cautionary tales based on primal instincts are everywhere. And it's not like new, it's how we tell stories. We need to introduce danger into our stories. But there is more than that in that stories inside. There is love, there's cleverness, there's transformation, there's mystery. That's something that makes the story timeless. Because if you leave only the disgusting part, it will never become timeless. It just will become something you will forget the next day. Well, actually, you won't forget it, but you don't want to reread it, rewatch it, re-experience it, because there's nothing in it apart from just tampering on our lower instincts. So there's a very important thing. If you are thinking of the ads only like as, or any medium, as something to temper into someone's instincts, it's like looking at the cathedral, but seeing only the gargoyle that's shooting with the water from it. with very brown water, actually. And this happened before, like Clockwork Orange. It was pulled from UK cinemas for decades because people saw in it only violence and not like the study of the free will. The games were demonized for ages because satanism, violence, the kids will kill people. So we are risking to repeat that mistake if we don't put nothing more apart from this thing that people will try to look into at the first place. We will just lose any chance to make a great ad, which never will be actually timeless. It's an ad, but there are ads that are circulating for more like than a few weeks, and we won't have a chance to make a great ad if we will look only at the surface level stimuli. So, and actually it's not that hard. Like ad craft, it's easy. Like, but it really is easy compared to a lot of things that you can do in this world. So the bar for producing good ads is actually on the floor or maybe even lower. So let's try to raise it. I mean, what do you do with your life? We need to do better, always. So here are the key points of these presentations, but I think this was quite easy to remember them. And yeah, the consumer is mourn, she's your wife. And I'm ready for some questions if you have some. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Alex. Great job.
Thank you.
So, Gavin McNichol asks, if we are being honest about networks inconsistent with their content screening due to human error / bad automation, or is it wanting to keep share of wallet?
You should ask it to the networks, not to me, because they know. My assumption is on the bad side. I think the bigger your budget is, the more willing they are to close their eyes on certain things.
Okay, and then someone asks, do you know why networks restrict some things like blood and not what's being shown now? Are ethical problems really lie with the network regulations that enable this behavior?
No, I don't think it's about like network regulations, to be honest, because when you can't like put it in Facebook, you go to network. If you can't put it in network, but you don't know that it works, you will find like some other places to try to show it. So what I see a lot is that when something is getting restricted at some place, the people, instead of thinking how to do something different, try to find another place which is not restricting the same things. And the blood is really surprising to me because I saw examples where the blood is green and I saw examples where the blood is red. So it's like also very inconsistent. Sometimes the red blood passes, but sometimes doesn't. So it's very strange, to be honest.
And Phoenix asks, do you think there should be censorship in ads, or is that something of a slippery slope to avoid?
That's the thing. Like there is censorship that exists perfectly for like TV ads, and they're doing fine. I mean, I don't see like any harm in the fact that there is a censorship for TV, and as I think TV is like much lesser medium right now than internet is. So why the TV ads were censorship? Because during daytime, a lot of kids were watching the TV. Kids ads were the reason for the censorship. So to protect them, some of this were moved to the hours of the to the evening hours, and some were banned completely. But now, like kids are glued to the phone 24/7, so they see it like all the time. So probably some censorship should be introduced because like. Do we really need to show this? I don't think so. There are many other ways. I really think that those solutions are quite lazy.
Gotcha. And what's the absolute worst ad you've ever seen?
The wolf which was beaten by the kangaroos, and then the kangaroos peed on the wolf and threw him away from the cliff. Like that's the worst one.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I can show it. I have it.
All right, so this is hard to generalize, but are there 3 favorite motivations that you think generally work best? Does it completely vary, or what do you?
It's very different from title to title. To be honest, it depends on the target audience. There are actually like pretty great companies that did motivations divisions per game type, like Quantic Foundry and Game Refinery. And if you go there, you'll see that different motivations work better for different types of players. So for Civilization 6 players, there will be one set of motivation for, and they're all the games similar to Civilization 6. The other motivations will be for the girls who play Sims 4, like this will be more like social, and this will be more strategic. So it depends on the game.
Gotcha. And someone says an opinion here. I'm sure app owners will pick money over morals. Money speaks. Do you agree? Yes or no?
They can pick money over morals, but if you, as somebody who executes this, won't execute it, if you have the chance, it's like, I think it's preferable to not execute this. I mean, if you know that that party can't make the choice towards like better ads, there still needs someone like a responsible adult in the room which will make this choice at some point.
Sure. And on a final note, any advice other than what you've shared today on how to create more responsible ads that still perform? Because ultimately, the problem is that these base instincts are still the ones that work very, very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Who's the other doubt of the question? What do you enjoy in your life? What do you enjoy doing? Like, what do you like? What makes you feel good? It's just very easy. Do you remember of all the moments that makes you genuinely excited about life? And this is like the feeling that you want to evoke in the people who watch ads. Is it more difficult? It is. Is it impossible? It's not. So start with something that you love about life, the experience, the enjoyments, the feelings, like everything that you personally like. Focus on that emotion and see how else you can potentially provoke it. Then show this.
Thank you so much, Alex. Great job.
Thank you.